Hi friends, in this video, in last video we know how to install the VC Linux on the VirtualBox, right? So in this video we are going to do completing the Ansible lab setup. So I took the master and the clone of the original OS in the last video session. So before taking the clone to the slave nodes, we have to do some modification in the master node, and so then we have to take the clone. Okay, these are the things we have to do. Take the clone. These are the things we have to do. We have to do modification in the master node before taking the clone. Okay, so that one is Vim and Nano editor for the editing purpose. So most of the OS will be Vim and Nano will be installed, but in this VC Linux minimal OS not having the Vim and Nano installed default, so we have to do installation. So in the granting to a super access to remote user. So why here we are giving the super access means then only remote user able to install the packages on the remote nodes after completing the Ansible lab setup. That's why we are giving. And the SSH key configuration for the passwordless authentication. Okay, now I am going to do fire up the master node. This is what last lab session we took the clone, right? So before running this one, make sure whether it is bridged adapter or NAT connection. This should be a bridged adapter, then only we have to we can use the real IPs. Okay, if there is a NAT setup, there will be a different setup we have to do. So make sure this should be a bridged adapter, and click OK, and make it run. So these are the things after taking the slave nodes clone, then we have to do modification in the master nodes. Why means these are the Ansible setup. The Ansible setup should be run only on the master node, not in the slave nodes. Okay, that's why I have make these changes. So yeah, now the master node is booted. I am logging as my remote user. So here we can see, and the real IP of the node is 192.168.1.10. So I will take this from my terminal outside of the VirtualBox. Then we not need to go for every time to the VirtualBox GUI. So I already configured the SSH key configuration. That's why it take quickly. So what we have to do before taking the clone, we have to do install the Vim and Nano installation. So make sure whether we are in correct system or not, like that. So we are in correct system, and I am going to install the it will take nearly 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, if your OS not installed by Vim, we can use VI editor. Okay, so here we can see Vim and Nano installed successfully. So next changes, granting the super access to the remote user. Okay, so now I am going to do editing the sudo users file. just to copy this line and paste it under the root section, and remove the hash and the hash wheel. We have to put only the Venom user. If you put wheel group there, which means what are the users in the wheel group, those guys able to do the make changes, so we have to be careful here. And save it, and SSH key configuration for the nodes. And verify whether the sudo uses file are correct or not. Like that we can verify by the sudo -cf. So there should be a parsed, okay, which means the file is the file's index is correct. So we have to do, if you look in the home directory, there will be a nothing, ls-l dot ssh. Okay, only the ssh authorized key is there, but there is no public and private key, so we have to run the ssh key gen. Give default for the everything, so it will not ask every time passwords. So if you run once again ssh-l command, ls-l command, we can see there is a public and private key. So now what we have to do, so we have to bring down this master node, and we have to take the clone of the master node. Okay, now I am going to do power off. So the remote machine is shutting down. Where is that? Yeah, the remote machine is in powered up state now. So I am taking the clone of the nodes. Make sure MAC address policy should be a generated new MAC address for all network adapters, then only there will not be a conflict. So I make it as node P. Okay, and just click next. Full clone, it will take some time to take the clone. And node, another one is PQ, generate new MAC address, and click next. Full clone. Node R. We need 5 slaves, so we PQRST are the my nodes, slave nodes. So it will take some time to take all clone. Take another one has to be backup purpose, so I will take this as master node backup before slave clone. So totally we have to do 6 clones. We need 6 clone. One is for the master node clone backup. If there is anything mistake, we can make changes there and we can take any clone. That's why we took another clone. So my system is extremely SATA hard disk based system, so it will take some time. If there is an SSD, there will be a huge speed. So as of now we have done this one, we have done this one also done, right? This one we done, but we have to do passwordless authentication. This one is partially we done this third step. This one we didn't, we did the partial, but we have to do complete. Please to be patient because my, yeah, I can pause this video until complete this. I will pause this session and I will do resession once it is completing the clone. So the cloning has been completed successfully. Here we can see PQRS RSST. These are my slave nodes, okay, and this one is the master node backup. This one is the master node. So now what we have to do, we have to do run the all of the slave nodes, and we have to do set the host name, and we have to set the passwordless authentication. So we have to do run the start the all of the nodes. Okay, I'm starting the P node, Q node, R node, S node. Actually we have to verify, we have to do one more verification before running the slave nodes, but actually when we took the clone, all the setting will be applied here. So when we check the network adapter, there will be a bridged connect adapter only, so not need to worry about that. So we have to make sure whether it should be a bridged adapter or not, like that. So that is the one important one. So node P is running, Q is running, R is starting, S is starting, T is starting. So we need to run the master node as well. So I am starting the master node as well. Once all started, I will start the master node because my system has low memory. So I am pausing the video for 2 minutes. I will start it again once all started. So here we can see P started successfully, Q also started successfully, or S is starting, T is starting. So I am logging the P node and I will set the host name, and I will mark the IP of this node. So see here we can see local host name is localhost dot local domain. So we have to set this unique host name for this host, then only we can identify, right? So I am setting the host name now. Set host name as this is node p, right? Node p dot lab dot example dot com. So here we can see IP is 1.23. So make this IP 23 node p dot lab dot example dot com node p. We have to put this entry in the etc hostess master node, so it will communicate. That's why I am marking here. Okay, then we have to set the lab.example.com, and we have set the host name. Then we can reboot this node, then the host name will apply here. So I'm going for the node or node R will be 1.25. I am rebooting this node now. We forgot to make change one of the thing. Sudo. So 1.25 for the node R. So now I'm going for the PQR. Sorry, PQ. I'm going for the Q node now. Honda 24. Okay. Lab dot example .com. Okay, I just verify whether it is able to switch or not, like that. Able to switch the root user or not, like that. It is switchable. So 1.24 for the node Q. Now I'm going for the S node. So applied and 1.26 for the S node, right? So now rebooting the VM. So final one is for the node T. Okay, IP for 1.27. So the host name, control set, host name, node t dot lab dot example.com. So here we can see host name is 1.27, right? So now I am going to rebooting this one. On the 27, this is for the node T. So as of now we took all clone, so we have to fire up the master node and we have to do same changes in the master node. Okay, as of now all slave nodes are up and running. So once run the master node, we can set up the passwordless authentication. Okay, role set host name, what is this, master dot lab dot example. So I did the host name changes and I rebooted the master node. So now we have to do passwordless authentication for the all nodes, right? So we have to copy this entire things to the /etc/hostess file for in the master node alone. So just copy. So master node is now up and running. So now I am able to connect by the Venom user. So I am going to do /etc hostess file. So I copied entire thing, right? So save it now. We run the ssh key generate already run in the master node ls-l.ssh. If you look, there is a private key and public key. So we have to copy the key to the slave node. Ssh copy id node r and click that, enter the password. First time we have to enter, first time we should enter the password. So if you run ssh node or it will be able to connect without asking the password. This is the concept. Okay, so if you run the node pq p, if you run copy id p, it will ask the first time password. We have to run it. So keys were added, you can see wanted key were added. Pq now Okay, this is arts syntax, right? If you want to original syntax, this is how we have to add original syntax. SSH copy id venom 0 at node pqrst, like that we have to give, because we took the cloned OS, so the system know we are authenticating by the venom user like that. So that's why I have used the short syntax like this. So that is not a worry. Okay, now all keys are added, right? SSH node p able to connect, q able to connect, r able to connect from the master node, pqrs able to, no, it is not authenticated. Yeah, node yes, now able to connect, and t also able to connect. Now we completed this entire setup. Password authentication completed. Done, right? So now what we have to do, this one also we did in the master node. So done. We have to run this, we have to install the Python and Ansible only on the master node, right? So I am going to run it in master node. So we are in master, sudo yum install platform python, click yes. It will take few minutes to install. Okay, then we have to install the Ansible. So then after we have to create a one directory, and we have to create a one inventory. We have to go inside Ansible, create an inventory, and we have to make one config file, Ansible cfg file. So I already edited, we have to copy and paste there. Okay, so yes, it's up now. Python platform completely installed. Now I am going to install the Ansible alone here, only on the master node. Why we are installing Ansible only on the master node means, this is a master node, you should to control over the slave nodes, that's why. Okay, these are the steps we have to follow. My internet is seems to be slow, that's why it takes some time. So now it is ends. We have completed the this step also, Python and Ansible installation. Now I am going to create a directory. MK. So here we can see as of now we are in the Venom directory, and there is no file directories in the Venom's home folder, home directory, right? So now mkdir -p ansible roles. So now I have created the two files here, two directories. So this step also we have completed. Now we have to go inside now and create an inventory file. So we are in the ansible directory. I am going to create an inventory file called, so I'm creating an ansible inventory file here. I make it as inv name as the file name. So we know these are the nodes, right? PQRST. So I will plan to make it as files under the nodes home. Node P, node Q, node R, node S, node T, like that. If you not put the entry in the /etc/host file, we have to mention the IP here. So I have mentioned everything in the /etc/host file. So and I mentioned the sort name as well. So this is enough now. So I have to save in this file, and we can get this inventory file here. So 5 entries. What the, okay. So now we have to create a ansible configuration file, right? Vim ansible.cfg. So I just copy and paste this. I have modified already as per my requirement. Make sure whether all the inventory file name is correct or not, like that, and defaults like that. What will this configuration will do? This will take the inventory, this list of server name from this file name, and the role path we will discuss later on this one. And the remote user, we know the Venom user is created on the all slave machines, right? That's why we have mentioned the remote user as Venom. And become means it will, whether it is true or not, like that, it will be a true user, right? So privilege escalation we should give. Okay, the become ask pass equal to false means it will not ask every time password. Become user means root, it will, the Venom user do the changes configuration as per the root access, like that, meaning method is sudo method, and become is the true, right? And save this one. And now we come partially, we have 90% we have completed the ansible setup. But I'm going to do list the host here, ansible list okay, 1 minute. Okay, there is an issue with the configuration file. line 11. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so if I list the host, this will give the all our nodes, but syntax may be the different. I will ping. Okay, I think we have to give sudo users group will group to the no password, I guess. So what we have to do, ssh node pq yeah, uncommand this one as well. I forgot to uncommand. We should have to uncommand this one and save it. We have to uncommand the wheel user group. Why means this Venom user is belongs to wheel group, that's why. And exit pq. Similarly we have to do in the all slave nodes. Yeah, we did this one. So our node now. Yeah, our node is completed. Yes, node now. Yes, node also completed. Last final node. Okay, so T node also completed, and make it as master node as well, because we took the count from the master node, right? Yeah, we forgot to remove the hash in the master node, that's why. Okay, now we have to run the, yeah, this command 55. It give whether it is pinging or not, like that. So here we can see all nodes are able to connect, which means so we are able to communicating with the master nodes to all slave nodes. So from the next on video session um, we can do some playbook setup, right? So 1 minute, I will list the codes. Okay, this is the command to list the host. So here we can see all nodes are there. Okay, just one more time I repeating here, the inventory file contains only the sort name. Okay, which means it will take from the it will take the sort names here, right? Node p q r s t. This will refer the slash etc host as file. when we run this command ansible playbook, it will refer the /etc hostess file respective server name. If you not having the sort name, you have to mention the IP in the inventory section, inventory file. Okay, you have to mention the IP alone here, but I know the IP and host name, that's why I have mentioned like this. And you have to make sure whether the wheel group is no password enabled and venom user is no password enabled. So yeah, this one also we have to do. I forgot to add this line, and also to see. Yeah, that's it. Now as of now we have completed the ansible master node setup and slave node setup as of now. Okay, here we can see 5 ansible nodes here. From the next video session, I will make this separate, like dev node, production node, dr node, test node, and web server, like that, and we can do some playbook configuration, and we can install some setup, some modules like that. Thank you.